you're thinking I'm bluffing, this is the glass floor. Gosh, I love this food. Alright. Bye, Almera. I will see you later, because now it's time to go to the very famous Langkawi cable car, or as I would call it in Malay, Kereta Kabel. Let's see where the entrance is, and hopefully that it's not going to be too expensive, because I don't have much money with me, so fingers crossed.
Just before I forget to mention it, thank you Diederik, Dominic and Andrew for being my executive producers. Without you, this video would not have been possible, and if you, my dear viewer out there, would like to become a future supporter of my channel too, check out the first link in the description down below. It will lead you to my Patreon page.
Here they really try to sell you a lot of touristy things, and one of the guys told me, yeah, I can make a photo of you, and those are fridge magnets so you can get as well. And he wanted to give me a photo and a fridge magnet for 25 ringgit each, so spending 50 for both. I said to him, no, that's too much. So I decided to walk off, but then the guy came after me and told me 20 ringgit, and I said, okay, if it's for both, then I take it. And guess what? Got it! Yeah, I feel a little bit weird for doing this, but at least it's a nice souvenir. I never had a fridge magnet of me anyway, so that's interesting to say the absolute very least. Unlike the other people who take this sky glide right behind me, this thing right here, I decided to pay the less expensive option, where I just go on foot to the sky bridge. And taking this option just cost me like 6 ringgit, which is around 10 ringgit less compared to the sky glide, which is good value for money. And honestly, because I'm from Switzerland, I should be used to walk steep stairs and going hiking, so this is not a problem for me at all. It looks very much like a jungle here. That's awesome. This is the legendary sky bridge, ladies and gentlemen. The best thing about this is it is bent and it has also a glass floor. And I asked a guy who is a Malay to take a few pictures of me with the glass floor. I thought it would be so much more terrifying, but in fact I was not even afraid to look down, because unlike then when I went to Toronto on the CN Tower, which was obviously a lot more terrifying because it's one of the tallest structures I've ever been to. This whole area is just so nice, and I like the weather up there. It's windy. It's just right. It's just the perfect temperature for me. And if you're thinking I'm bluffing, just let's take a look at here. This is the glass floor. And I'm standing on it. Look, even looking down. I'm not afraid. Maybe I've overcome my fear of height. Who knows? So guys, was it worth it to spend 85 ringgit and 6 ringgit to go all the way up to the sky bridge? If you're in Langkawi, it is something what you absolutely should not miss. Yes, it is pretty expensive. Yes, it is tacky. Yes, it is very much a tourist attraction. But let me tell you this thing. It is probably one of the best ones in Langkawi, and in general one of all of Malaysia. And so many locals even come here. And that's not just because it's cheaper if you have a mic cut, right? The first trap is unlocked. Sorry, Pantai Cenang during the day. Now I really want to jump into the water. There are a few people in there, but mostly it's just water sports and a few people here and there, usually kids and Westerners like me. So I actually do not mind, because it feels like it feels like as if I have the beach all on my own. It's a nice beach, even though I must say Tanjung Ru is better. It's better than Pantai Cenang, but honestly, for the beach, which is the closest to my hotel, it's pretty good. And this is the consequence where what you get when you do not use sunscreen. You get a sunburn on your forehead and on your nose and on your neck as well. So yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, it could have been worse anyway. The rest of my body is unaffected. However, now I'm getting hungry and I do not feel like eating something in Pantai Cenang, so I guess I'm going to get into my rental car, into my Almera, and drive all the way to Kuah, because there are also a couple of really good restaurants, and obviously I haven't seen one of the other attractions of Kuah yet, namely the Eagle Square. Let's go. Well, many Muslims are going now to have a prayer, as you can hear or might not hear in the background. I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful statue in front of me almost alone, because here, even though in the evening it should be a very popular place, there's barely anyone. And honestly speaking, the only reason what I can think of is because of the prayer time. But there are a couple of people here around anyway, so let's check the huge bird in front of me out. Unlike yesterday where I had like some fried squids, I went this time to another Chinese restaurant here in Kuah, and I got those absolutely amazing deep fried squid with white rice as well, and it's just such a big difference and it tastes a lot better. Gosh, I love this food. I really love it.